All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Can you guys hear me? Let me get a thumbs up. Let me get a thumbs up. Yes. Oh my gosh. It's 2021. I don't know about you, but did you think we were going to get here? We just got to keep running. We just got to keep moving. We just got to keep striving. We got to look to everything that's in front of us. The only impossible journey is the one you never begin. Love it. So with that, we are going to begin this power hour. Yes, this virtual power hour. We are climbing. We are climbing. We are climbing. Listen, 2020 left us in the dark. That was supposed to be a year of vision, of clear vision, but we were left in the dark. Oh my gosh, we were left in the dark, but not anymore. Because we climbed out of it. We're soaring to new heights with our mind, with our body, with our soul. I don't know about you guys, but if you're here and you're ready, type something in the comments, type something in the chat. Let us know that you're here. Let us know that you're ready. Man, you guys don't even know how amazingly excited I am to bring to you guys the 2021 Power Hour. Women on the move. Yes, that's what we are. We are women and men. On the move, you guys. Man, let me tell you, I got so excited when I saw yesterday's, my memories came up for the Power Hour from last year. Let me tell you, it was so exciting. It was so much energy in that room. It was about taking things to another level. Little did we know, 2 months later, not even a month and a half later, our world was drastically changed. Drastically. So like I said, last year was about, supposed to have been about clear vision. It was about setting new foundations. It was about tearing things apart. And see, now that we've gotten through that, it's really time now to just spread our wings. It's really time now to shed everything off of us that we were carrying. It's time for us now to shine our light, to be the light. Shine your light so bright that, once again, if I had my sunglasses near me, I would have to put sunglasses on, because your light would just be so, so bright out of the things that happened to us in the dark, which was 2020. So I am so excited to bring to you guys 3 dynamic speakers coming to you from like multiple places, because this seems to be the thing now. We are borderless. So it used to be just a Philly thing, Philly tri-state area thing. No, not anymore. We got someone coming to you all the way from Ohio, right next to us, right next to Pennsylvania, right here in my hometown, Philly. Whoop, 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 whoop. And also all the way down from North Carolina. I am just so super excited. At first I was like, man, because the Power Hour has so much energy, so much oomph to it, right? That I was like, dang, I wish there was a way that other people could attend this thing. Thanks, pandemic. Now you can attend. I see you, Doc. Doc was like, right. I see everybody backstage just waiting. Once again, listen, if you have if you're watching us on, I know there's multiple different ways you can be watching us through Facebook or through YouTube. So here's a little housekeeping. So if you're on YouTube, you have to go on YouTube so you can comment. If you're on Facebook and watching us, just give StreamYard permission to allow you to add your comments. Okay. All right. So if you're seeing it based on a link that someone sent you through Facebook that's on YouTube, just go over to YouTube. That way you can comment, because that way we can just engage with you while we're going through this Power Hour. It's going to be the best hour that you ever had, as we're focusing on our health and wellness, mind, body, and soul. Okay. All right. So listen, hey, Christine, what's going on? I see you guys. Thank you for chiming in. All my speakers, if you want to go ahead and say hi to the people real quick, so that way they know that you're here, you're waiting, you're excited. I'm just so stinking like excited about this day. I couldn't even sleep. I could never sleep. Whenever I have an event, I can't sleep, you guys. I don't know. I get so stinking like excited that nothing else even matters anymore. It's just ridiculous. It's really ridiculous. But I want to bring to the stage. Now I got to remove something first so I can get this up here. But I want to bring to the stage someone who, and he'll give you a little background. I said, hey, so you heard me say, hey, right? He'll give you a little taste, just a little taste, little taste. So for my guys, for my speakers in the back, y'all just sent that to us. You got to go to the comments that's on, so that way it goes on the live feed. So hi everybody, but I only saw that. They didn't see it. It should be. Look for it where it has comments. So you were in the private chat. Go to comments so that way all the guys can see you guys and can chat back and forth with you during this hour. So with that, without further ado, I am just so in love with the fact that my power hour started on May of 2014. Started off in a library, and it started off in the place and space where I didn't think this was possible. I didn't even think I was going to do it. To the point of, I said, well, I think I want to do an event. I think I have some information to give people. And so, okay, let me go to the library. And I just happened to know the librarian. She gave me the room. I was like, cool. Guess now I got to make a flyer. And so then I made the flyer, and then I'm like, okay, so now what? I guess I'm having an event. And I had an event, and it was called This Power Hour, Women on the Move, a women's empowerment network. And that's how it all started. Just having a thought and executing it and believing in it. So something that I talked about earlier is like when you believe in yourself, you believe in something, and then you do it. But we have a tendency to, after we do it and we accomplish it, then we don't believe that we actually did it and we accomplished it. So then we just negated what we just did. So I'm going to give you 2 words. And I want you to hold on to this. This is a nugget I'm going to give you for right now before I bring Steve to the stage. Oh, I just gave you who his name was, but I'm going to tell you his name is Steve. Steve, the legacy, because he got a legacy to share with you guys. But I need you guys to believe it, leave it. Not set it and forget it. Believe it and leave it. Because like I said, when you believe it and you leave it, only thing left is to continue to believe. You won't negate anything that you just set out for yourself when you do that, because we are good. See, I see Doc shaking her head back there. We are good for that. Believing something, and then we accomplish it, and then we're like in disbelief that we actually accomplished something. And so then we wonder why we can't go forward any more further than that, because we just disbelieved what we believed. Does that make sense? Yeah, I know. So what I got for you guys. So here we go. This was the very first, and I went back to the very first PowerPoint that I had. So here we are, Women on the Move, vroom, vroom. We are on the move. 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 And I want to bring to the stage, we got coming up, we got 3 amazing people, but the one that I have coming up to you right now, this dude right here, this amazing dude right here, all I can say is he is the bomb.com. He has that wandering thing right there. He just has this Mindopic. He has a potato, whatever. He'll tell you. He has belief. He has like 1,001 inventions, right? He's the invention man. That's what he is. He invents stuff. He is the creative of the creative of the creative. Okay. So without further ado, are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Always ready. I just heard a mouth. Always ready. Always ready. Bring it to the stage. Bring it to the stage. There you go. It's all on you.
Thank you, Carolyn, for this wonderful introduction. I like that picture. Great picture of me. I'm excited to be here. Reason why is because the fact is that when you have an idea and a concept in life, when you have a dream, a lot of times you discourage yourself by nature because of fear. And when I first introduced myself to Carolyn back in 2019, it seemed like it was ages ago. It was a response to I guess it was a flyer. She was having a big event down at Sugar House Casino, and I had to be there. I just got finished inventing a mobile handheld photo booth, and I just wanted to show the world. I was excited. And one lesson I can take from that was that when you have belief in what you're doing, you do not have any fear of what things that may not work. You don't have fear about if people don't like it. You just go out and do it. Because I believe when you have a mission here in life, it's for you. And a lot of times, people do like how Joseph did, start sharing your dreams to everybody. And when you do that in the very beginning, you could get discouraged because you could be sharing your dreams to the wrong people. So a lot of times, you have to keep that mouth shut, get to work on a plan and make it effective. I remember when I first did my first party in my event. 2019 was the come out year. And it was amazing because in January, the idea was written on paper. And by November, I already have been on the news, and I did over 30 to 40 different events, all on a mindset of knowing that that's the goal where I want to go. I patent pending. I was, found the way how to, patent my product and getting the paperwork in back and forth with the patent and trademark office, getting, the answers that I needed. But I noticed that I had to have that self-belief. And, the thing is, what I've learned is that we was never taught that in none of the subjects we went to school with. We never was taught self-belief. At home, most parents did not really get it. Now, they said that they believe in you or they said they're proud of you, but they have their own personal self-belief. We didn't have. That's why you see so many adults in these seminars, these classes, trying to get their belief again. One thing I love kids. The reason why I love kids is on the fact that they have no fear. We put fear inside of them. We tell them to stop, don't go. We tell them to slow down. We tell them not to think big, tell them to grow up. They didn't have any fear. And I had to get back to my roots of understanding what cultivates belief. And that's why I wrote a book called Act and Grow Belief, because I believe action allows yourself to get to the next level of what you want in life as far as the goals and dreams, because you can think it all you want, but you also can think yourself out of it. Sometimes you got to get things moving. And the great thing about movement is that when you have action, what you do is you create a new state in your mindset. When you start moving, it changes. You get outside of the environment, you go to the next environment, it starts to change. That's good. I had to keep moving. But before you move, because you want to make sure when you're moving, you have direction. See, direction creates time and it preserves your energy. If you have lack of direction, you'll waste so much time and you burn out your energy. Now, last year was a year of growth. It was a year of development. In the words of my mentor, Jim Rohn, he probably classify that year because he believed life is maintaining in season. And I believe that season last year was wintertime. Now, wintertime to Jimmy, what he talked about, I call him Jimmy because I kind of think of him as a friend of mine, even though I never met Jimmy, but I learned from his lessons. He said wintertime is when things go wrong, when everything just blows up in your face, people turning their back on you, people dying, things that are not going and working the way that you want to. That is winter time. But also, with every adversity, there's a seed of equivalent benefit. So there's a benefit behind that adversity. And in that wintertime season, we have learned last year that we overcome in a lot of different things. We was able to adapt when the world shut down. We was able to really, get ourselves out of that hole. And right now, some people are in wintertime moments right now. Some people are in springtime, and you got to be careful with springtime. Why? Because the spring season is very short. So you got to make sure that you're plowing the ground, making sure that you're getting the research that you want and your dream, your goal. Make sure you plant the seeds in the right places, the fertile places. So it may be springtime for you, or it may be summertime. Summertime is the time where you protect your goals, your ideas. You may be protected from the people that's trying to say that it's not going to work. Protected from the people that's trying to steal it. So you may be probably working on your trademark, your patent, your copyright. I don't know what you're doing, but you're working on it. You're protecting it. Now, some people, they may be experiencing the fall time. And what happens in fall. That is the harvest season. And with the harvest season, it's time to pick the harvest. Now, I don't need you to start studying the roots. Jimmy always talked about this. Don't study the roots, start picking the fruit. We got some people that they want to analyze at the harvest, like how did a tree grow and why, how many roots? No, forget about how many roots it is, find out how you can gather that harvest. So my challenge to you for this year is the fact is, whatever state you're in, whatever season you're in, make sure you use that time wisely. And whatever plan, desire and why, you got to write it down. A lot of people like to store stuff up here. This is a great place, but sometimes you have to see it written down. And just like what Carolyn was talking about, like we didn't see 2020 coming the way it did, but in everything that you're doing, before you start in the planning process, you got to finish the idea before you start. You work your way to the finish. Like they did an example at one point in time when a guy goes to a lot. They asked him, like, when do you first start to build the hotel? And Jimmy said, when it's finished. Now, really, from the eyes, we're looking at, well, there's no building there. So how can we start when it's finished? No, you start when it's finished on the planning process. Because I'm going to tell you, if he talks, that same guy talks to his architect, you already see the design of a hotel already done. It's just that we're waiting for that first shovel to go in the ground. And the key is to ask your question, what is your shovel? And are you digging in the right place? Some people are digging, but they may be going wrong on somebody else's land. And that reminds me of a story. Russell Conwell, he was one of the founders of Temple University. And he used this lecture called Acres of Diamonds. And without telling more about the story, anything like that, you can research that yourself. But the moral of the story was the fact that most people look for their acres of diamonds in all these other places, but the place that where they're standing at right here, maybe there's a solution that you got that can solve a problem. And maybe that problem that you solve could be the answer to what you need to do for us financially, with your life, and what you want to do going to the next level. So you got to utilize these different tactics, these skills. 2020 just showed us that we are able to adapt. We're able to solve problems. We're able to overcome. So that means we're not limited by anything around us. The only thing that will limit you is the belief that you have in your mindset. And I'm very excited for y'all because I know that even through my journey, and my journey is not all the way finished because I have a lot of other things that's going to come around, but it's well planned out, well detailed, and you got to mark that date. Without the date being marked on your plan and dream, you might as well say it's a wish. And like we always know, wishes sometimes they don't come true. You got to, Jimmy always say, don't wish it was easier. Wish you were better. Don't wish for less problems. Wish for more skills. And the thing that I want to leave you with is that do not, work harder on yourself than you do on your job. Develop more skill sets. Because the job is not going to give you no raise, even if you hoop and holler for raise. No. You're paid for that, just that position alone. But if you work on yourself and develop more skill sets, then everything that you will want in life is ready for you. So I'm really excited for you. I know this year could be a breakout year for you. Define exactly what you want. Write it down. List the obstacles that you may have to go through. See, most people don't do that. List the obstacles you may have to go through, the adversity. List them down. So when they do and they show their face, show your plan. See, when fear comes, show your plan. Show your plan to fear. Don't avoid it. The more you avoid it, the more fear grows. But the more you show the plan, the more fear will be like, okay, hold up, you got a plan. Let me not mess with him. Or let me come at him a different way. Show your plan. Your plan will eliminate your fear. So keep moving. And once again, act and grow belief. It's coming out in April 15th to be exact. So, but thank you, Caroline, for having me, for being the first person. Me, I'm trying to be real good on my time frame because I could go ahead and take over this whole thing. But once again, I want to encourage y'all that whatever y'all got going on right now, that y'all on the right track. Get on this virtual call tonight. Put you in a position of knowing that you're going in the right track. And I want you to understand that I'm here to root for you, and I need you to really cultivate and believe within yourself. So I'm excited for you. I'm excited for what you got to do going forward with this year, and keep on pushing forward because the work is not done yet. Thanks a lot, Karen.
Woohoo! Wait a minute, you're not getting out of here that fast. You like you slide on out. You like I'm gonna slide on out.
I had to. It's gonna get me too carried away. We got other speakers,
Man, but do you see what? But can you read? Listen. Do you hear what they're saying to you?
I could feel it. I didn't read it yet. But I could feel it.
Okay. Well, you okay? I'm gonna let you feel this then. All right, I'm gonna let you feel this. So this is what's going on behind the scenes. They're basically saying They said they remember you. You had great energy. And talk about Jim Rowan's, Octavia says she calls him Uncle Jimmy.
Uncle Jimmy. Call him Uncle Jimmy.
It says nothing but, so we say she got nothing but gems, really, because she would have met him, because he's with us in spirit. Yeah. So you got Yolanda Foreman on here saying so true. Our brother's keeper, absolutely. Let's see. This one, she got a whole paragraph here. Hold up. What's going on? So where the whole paragraph at? Working on your job makes you a living. Working on yourself makes you a fortune.
See, she's cheating because she with Herbalife and that was Jimmy's main company. See, she knows that. I know about Herbalife. That's what's up. I like it. Jimmy lives on through Herbalife. And all the
way to go. Even in our private chat, we got Tonitia doing some. Way to go, Steve. Way to go.
Thank you.
Listen. Yolanda says, write the vision and make it plain. Just write it down. Yes. Write it down. I mean, this is what you have to do. You have to. I'm telling you, you got them hype already. Look, my brother's keeper said she just made her plan. She's ready to move forward. Thank you so much. That was awesome. Yes, that's what I love it. Like, wait a minute, y'all can't see me. I'm sitting here back here tripping. I'm like, yes. Yeah, and then we got Christine talking about yes.
Yeah, let's get this. Let's get it.
I mean, I'm telling you, look, and Trust One said priceless gems. List your obstacles. When fear comes, show your plan. Man, listen. Okay, hold on. Wait, whoa. I remember your first be at the Mount Airy. Yes. What? See, this thing goes way back. I'm not new to this. I'm true to this. How we say?
That's what's up.
This has been in the making since 2014, and all I do is just level it up. It's like level up.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, wait a minute. Everybody, hold up. We gotta get a sneak peek. Come on, everybody, level up. All right, yeah, we had to do that real quick because I saw them back there. I was like, oh, wait a minute, I got to get everybody. And I see all of y'all. All y'all was doing it too. We know it. But that's what we do. We try to get this energy, get this energy. All right, now, time to level this thing up. So, mind-blowing, mind-biopic, all that good stuff. Listen, you always come. You brought it as usual. Thank you.
Thanks for the opportunity.
Yes, I love it. Thank you so much. So, who we got coming up to the stage next? I don't know. Let me see. I gotta figure this thing out here. So, I'm just trying to tell y'all. All right, my brother's keeper. All righty, now we going. There we go. So thank you guys. Listen, in the comments, give me a shout out. Let me know where you guys are at. Cause I'm seeing some folks from other states in here. I want to shout out to, let me see if we get a shout out to, I see Shandy Ray, Chandy girl. I see you, boo. I see you all the way from Ohio. I see I'm brother's keeper. I don't know what state you're in right now. Cause you pop between New York, Maryland, and Virginia. So you somewhere. I see Christine. We got our, outside of Philly connection in the county. Yolanda, Philly, Tonitia. I'm presuming since you said Mount Airy, I'm going to say Philly. PA in the house. So listen, give us some feedback. Maryland this week. See, told you she just like all over the place. So I want to know where you guys are. And this is why it's so stinking dope. Because once again, this is a conference or basically is a conference, right? A conference, little mini thing that I did in the library. Started off in the library, just a plain old little junky little library room, and that's it. And look what has transpired since then. And like I said, the pandemic did me a favor because now it allowed me to stretch and take this to a whole nother level, because that's what last year was about. Remember, Steve, the whole theme last year was about taking things to another level. Thank you. Be careful what you ask for, because it may not come the way you want it, but it's the way you need it. Okay, I'm going to repeat that. It may not come the way you want it, but it's going to come the way you need it. So, boom, yep. Tonitia says, yep, boom, exactly. I am just I'm saying stupor. I can't even get my words together, y'all. This is crazy. I'm so excited to have this next person to come to the stage, the virtual stage, that is, right? Because she is straight up in beast mode, right? Beast mode. So we had Linda from Virginia. All right, 2 up, 2 down. Yeah, there you go. 2 up, 2. Yeah, 2 up, 2. Yeah, I think I did it right that way. What's going on, Linda? So listen, bringing to the virtual stage, I can't wait for you to hear from this one. We call her Doc Ock, right? Her name is Octavia, but we call her Doc Ock. So look at them, look at that. She's on straight up beast mode. So if you haven't noticed, Steve kind of brought us the mind. He brought us all the stuff we need to do for our mind. And now Doc Ock, she's ridiculously smart. We're going to bring her to the stage. We're going to bring her to the stage right now.
Hey! It is such a blessing to be here with you all. And this is like, basically like my, my premiere, my coming out for something like this, because, I haven't officially taught any courses or anything before, but I love to gather information, make it make sense, and teach it to other people. So I've been doing that on a very personal basis with my clients and the people that I help. So a lot of times that I find that I run into is that people's biggest issue is that they don't know what to eat. Like, and that's okay. Like, that's fine. Like, that's not even necessarily something that's imbued in society. We have all these commercials with, guess what? Not healthy food. So, that's definitely not something that is built into society. So you have to seek it out with intention. And that was like the biggest step for me in my own personal journey was, I was an athlete. So I, in my mind, I'm like, oh, I'll never get fat. But guess what happened? My lifestyle changed, but my eating habits didn't. My body changed, but my eating habits didn't. And I looked up and I was fat. Like, I was still trying to eat. Like, I was a high metabolism little 20-something-year-old, bouncing and bouncing around. Nope. My metabolism said, yep, you want to eat that pizza? Don't worry, we're going to add pounds here. You want some wings from such and such? Yeah, and that's what happened. And then I got sedentary. I wasn't working out. I didn't catch the bus and stuff because I was on public transportation. So that was basically my workout. And then I started getting, rides. I had my own car. So I lost that, that physical aspect that did, kind of keep me going. And then I looked up and my body was aching. My knees hurt. I was short of breath. I was tired all the time. I felt, horrible. My energy was bad. And I was working long hours. And so that was, even more, straining and stressful. My sleep was terrible. Like, everything was just bad. Life was miserable. And I had no idea how I ended up there. So the first thing I did was dig into, well, what got me here? Well, I know what I needed to do. I need to get moving. So I started working out. I cut out fast food, dropped 15 pounds immediately, like just from cutting out the fast food and working out. And I was able to, get my body back together, but I was still too heavy. And I couldn't figure out how to break 200. I was stuck at 200, knees aching, everything. So that's when I ended up finding, or Herbalife found me. And that changed my whole relationship with food. It changed how I looked at food. It changed what I expected from the food that I ate. So I was already cooking all of my own meals and everything. And I just added the shake in as a supplementation. So I really focused in on what I was cooking for myself at that point. And I was tired of eating the same thing. I knew how to cook like 4 meats and 4 sides, and that was it. And I mixed and matched them, remixed it like DJ Doc Ock on the 1s and 2s and the food. It didn't work out so well. So I just, I don't even know how I found it, but I ran into Blue Apron. They was just starting, so they was one of the first kind of food delivery services, and I got a couple of recipes, and I was like, oh, this is good. Oh, I feel like a little chef now. So I just stuck with that, and it really helped open up my skill set in cooking for myself, and making things that I wasn't used to cooking. And so it really pulled me out of my comfort zone, but it was in a structured setting because they have the recipe, they have the food, they show you how to make it, they walk you through the steps. So it's not like you just kind of thrown out there in deep water and they tell you to swim with sharks, lurking. So it was a comfortable, uncomfortable setting for me. And I eventually got very comfortable with doing that. So I didn't always have to, order those meals. And I would just go to the grocery store and stand around in the produce section and look for, that looks like an interesting vegetable. What is that? And I was literally standing there with my phone and Google, like, what does this do? Okay, this is good for this. How would I cook this? And then once I kind of, got some preliminary information, I threw it in the cart and I went home and I tried tried to cook it. And it turned out good. Like it was maybe a handful of things that I tried and I made and stuff, over the years that didn't really, but it was still edible. It just didn't taste like, oh yeah, this is it. Like, nah. So, I mean, it's not going to be a win every single time, but if you know that the ingredients that you're using are healthy for you and are good for you, you'll thug it out, until you figure out, how to make it taste good for yourself. And that's basically what I've accumulated over the years and just trying stuff, looking up information online, checking out the health benefits of different things, and really just trying to make food fun, but also healthy. And a lot of times, like when you're hungry and you have a craving, your mind thinks pizza, but your body doesn't want pizza. Your body wants nutrition. It's a big difference between those two because there are a lot of malnourished, overweight people. There's a lot of malnourished, slim people that, like, you would look at them, you would think that, oh yeah, that person is healthy, and they're probably not because they're not getting the full set of vitamins that you need. Like there's essential vitamins that our bodies can't make. So we have things that are non-essential where if you don't eat it, your body can, break down other things and piece it together and make it itself. And then there are things that it can't do that with. So that is, what your diet really should focus on because your body can make the non-essential things from the essentials. But the essentials, you have to eat those. If you're not eating them, your body isn't getting it. And trust me, if you need it, you're going to miss it and it's going to show. And a lot of times with our skin being the largest organ on our body, it shows in our skin, which is why when a lot of people get on their health kick and, they start eating better, they start drinking their water, the first place you notice it is their skin. They glow different because your skin is going to show almost immediately what's going on inside your body. And a lot of times that's kind of how I gauge, where I am on my personal journey. And I'm not perfect. Like I can guarantee you there's no one on the face of the planet that's 100%, whatever it is that they say they're doing. Like I'll even challenge vegans to be like, oh, you ain't never ate no cheese. Like say it with your chest. So, and that's why they coming up with all these, vegan foods that are like the foods that aren't vegan. That's, vegan cheese, butter, meat, and things like that. And they are made from all vegetables and things like that. But it's like, it looks like the stuff that you had to, that you gave up for that lifestyle. And so, me personally, I kind of take from some of everything because I like to try stuff. So, I've had vegan meals, I've had vegetarian meals, I've had, a keto meal, like things that designated as a keto meal. I've done all of that stuff, but the most important thing is knowing what's good for you, what your body needs, what your body is going to benefit the most from. And that was, I would say, the most important and priceless thing that I gained on my own weight loss journey was my relationship with my own body. And so now at this point, I don't care who's trying to sell me what, who's trying to do what, they all, yeah, this makes me feel great. I'm glad it makes you feel wonderful. Yeah, I might go and try it, but it's not necessarily something I'm going, throw in and, hop, both feet in and dive straight down into because I don't know how it's going to affect my body. I don't know if what works for someone else is actually going to work for me. So I take the time to sit with myself, to be with myself. After I have a meal, I make sure I enjoy that meal. Be intentional, not only with what you cook, but when you eat. Like a lot of times, we'll get some food and then sit in front of the TV, and then, you're just sitting there doing this, but you're not really, you know, interacting with your food. Like that is a relationship that you have to foster, and you have to really put intention behind it. So it's like when I'm ready to eat, that's what I'm doing. I'm eating because I enjoy the food that I prepare and it tastes delicious. And then I'm thinking like, oh, this got all of these type of vitamins, and oh yeah, I can taste that fiber now. Like, that type of situation. It's like when you prep your mind in an intentional way as to what you're putting into your body, your body is going to be extra excited for it. It's going to be very ready for it, and you're going to get more benefit out of what you're putting in your body, especially when it's what your body is looking for, the nutrition. And I mean, at this point, with how, like, not even just the pandemic, but it's like there are things that have been a pandemic since long before the pandemic, like obesity, heart disease, uh diabetes. Like, these are things that are killing people that is absolutely 100% preventable. Like, most of that stuff, they claim that there's genetic precursors and stuff for it. That's true. However, you don't have to get it if you're eating, a nutritious diet, if you're eating to not be put in that situation, to avoid those type of things. And so, me personally, I used to want to be a pharmacist because I wanted to, make drugs and stuff to actually help cure people, to help people, live better, fuller lives, and, with little to no side effects. Because I noticed that, a lot of drugs had a lot of side effects that tended to be worse than the thing that the drug was supposed to be helping with. So I did more research on the pharmaceutical industry, and then when I realized, like, oh, they're not actually trying to help people, they're really just trying to make money. Sick people make money. So I I kind of scrapped that and I just went and got a regular chemistry degree, but I made sure my concentration was in biochemistry so that I could really get information about the body system, how it works, and how you can work with it. Like, this is my body. I walk around with this body all day long. So it was very important to me to know how it worked and how the things that I did outside of it affected, and how the things that happen inside affect me. And so your body is so important, especially with that mental portion. If you're tired, if you're sluggish, if you're not eating well, guess what you're also not doing? Not thinking clearly. Your mood is off. A lot of times, like even depression, mental illness, things can come from just having a poor diet. And your productivity at work is going to be affected because guess what? You're sleepy. You're not focused. You tend to be irritable, so you're probably less likely to be jump right into team projects and things like that. So if you're eating properly and you're really getting the energy that you need and that's good for you, you're going to be a light that people are going to be drawn to. And that was one of the biggest changes that I noticed when I started my weight loss journey. Like, people were really being drawn to me, and I felt more drawn and social with other people because I felt good, and I liked the fact that I felt good. I was able to make other people feel good as well, and so I was like, I gotta get this to other people. Other people need to learn how to feel like this just from changing what they eat. And then, like, finding Herbalife, that was a blessing. Like, when Steve was talking about Jim Rohn, I call him Uncle Jimmy because he was a part of Herbalife, and Mark Hughes started Herbalife, so he's like the father of Herbalife, and Jim Rohn was his mentor. So we call him Uncle Jimmy, and we listen to him daily for personal development because Jim Rohn has some very good gems. And he also talks about how important nutrition is in your personal progress and your personal growth, and also that fortune that putting into yourself is going to give you, and your health is your wealth. And so this my button here says, I make the world healthier and happier. And that fits my personal mission as well. So I'll leave you all with that. And it was just great, being a part of this power hour. And I'm looking forward to being able to teach you all something.
All right, all right, all right. Hey, amazing. I was like, you're
Oh yeah,
frozen.
I'm checking it. I'm checking. No, I was probably stuck because I'm reading comments now.
Oh, you're reading the comments. Yeah, I know,
Yeah.
right?
Hey,
They were like,
mommy.
they were getting in. They were getting in on these comments. I mean, like,
Yes.
getting in. Let me see. So we got, thank you for always breaking it down. Like literally. Thank you for always breaking it down this way. Gives me a new relationship with food. Big time. Instead of feeling overwhelmed about what to eat. So, I mean, that's so important, as we work on the things with our mind, as what Steve broke down, believing and I kind of gave that little tidbit of, believe it and leave it. And then, and especially when it comes to, like, let's just say weight loss, right? You have to start up here first. You have to already decide that this is what you're going to do. Like, and really, truly decide this is what you're going to do and just do it. And then, with that, then it's like, okay, so now when I do it, how am I going to do it? How am I going to have changed this relationship? It's like we've all had bad relationships, we've all had bad relationships, relationships that just didn't work out right. They just weren't the right fit for us. They didn't fuel us. They didn't give us value. They didn't give us what we needed, right? Yolanda, food, not fear.
Exactly. It's just food. Like, it's just food. And, I guess people are afraid that they won't like how it tastes. And it's like, but when you started out as a kid, you didn't have, like he was saying, like, kids have no fear. Like, they didn't think, oh, I'm not going to like this. No, they'll look at it like, I don't know. And then they try it and they're like, it might. And then they'll try it. Okay, I'll take this. And if not,
I'll take it.
Like, it's about, like, that's about as deep as it gets. If you like it or you don't. And like I said, if you know that it's healthy for you, it's beneficial, and a lot of times there's certain foods that you can only get those things from that food. So what I do is I make sure I can make it in a way where it tastes good. Like, beets are amazing and they have so many health benefits, and they taste exactly like dirt. That's what it tastes exactly like dirt.
I love beets. I can eat cold beets, hot beets, warm beets, in between beets, cut beets, diced beets, sliced beets, whole beets. I just like beets.
Like green eggs and ham.
Beets and eggs. Hey, how about that?
But it's just taking the time to, to find a way to make it taste good to you. And even changing, the foods that you normally like, making them in a healthy way. Like, I love pizza and I make my own pizza. Like, you can get the dough and you can put your own cheese, your own sauce, and your own toppings. And you probably cut out all kinds of stuff that you would have gotten if you bought the piece from the store or got it from a restaurant. So they use a lot of processed stuff. So.
Exactly. So Linda says, that we definitely need need a shift in mindset about our relationship with food. It's just food. Yeah. How about that? It's just food. How about that? Hashtag that. It's just food.
People act like, you trying to comfort their treasures and you take away their food.
Exactly. Well, hold tight, but thank you. You rocked it out. Yes, that's so what's up. So here we go. I see Tonitia backstage. She's like going whoop, 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 whoop. I see you back there, boo. She like level up. Feel like I'm beating some eggs. We talk about eggs and beets, green eggs and ham, and I want some beets now. Oh, I see you back there, Ro. I see you back. But I wanted to show something to you guys that I pulled up. This was last year. And this was something from the Wandering. So what it was a young lady who she was out in New York. She found out about my conference and she had these books and she donated books to every woman at my conference. So anytime I have an in-person event, I give away her book, right? And I keep my word. So here we go. It's Come Back Strong. So look this sis up. And look her up. Come Back Strong. I can't read her name on the book, but I'll go grab the book so I can show you. Because I still got tons of them, but I'm not mailing them because when I see you guys, I'll give you one. But so bringing to the virtual stage. So that's just the one picture I found. you know, there's tons. But bring into the virtual stage is this ray of sunshine who's coming to you all the way from well, she coming somewhere. North Kakalaka. There we go. From North Carolina, all the way down from down south, y'all. She going, so she even passed our 2 up, 2 down. So let's bring, okay, I gotta, where am I at? Okay. I done went way too far in this instructions. Okay, y'all got a little taste of something that y'all wasn't supposed to see yet. Don't laugh at me, girl. Don't laugh at me, girl. Listen, I'm doing this thing blindly.
But you're doing it. What we said, do it anyway.
Do it anyway. Do it anyway. So on that note, it's on you, boo. Do it anyway.
I'm doing it anyway. All right, guys. So thank you so much for coming into this Power Hour. I'm your girl, Tonitia Langley, known as the Better Not Bitter Lady, the Enrichment Strategist. Just kind of coming on here. With this Power Hour, we've talked about the mind, we've talked about the body. Now we're going to talk about the spirit. Okay. So before we get started, I help educators. First of all, let me go back. Let me back. Let me talk about what my foundation. My foundation is I'm happily married to my sweetheart of over 30 years, George Langley. I have 3 beautiful children, Tasha, George Jr., and Ajma, and I have 5 sweet little grandbabies, which are my foundations. And we're going to get back into why I tell you about that when we get into talking about the spirit. Professionally, what I'm an education coach consultant. I help educators in distress direct their paths to become restored with contentment in order to thrive in their journey of self-discovery to indulging self-satisfying career fulfillment without the feelings of sorrow and helplessness by achieving, cultivating, and exceeding steps in my ACENT to personal development. There's a couple ways you can get in contact with me. I'll put those later up, but we're going to get ready to dive right into this content because I am excited. I will open it up by some quotes. The 2 presenters before me, Steve and Doc Ock, talked about Uncle Jim. Well, I'm going to talk about Uncle Les. I'm talking about Les Brown. I wish I was as close to him, but I actually did get to sit in on a Zoom meeting with him, me and Carolyn actually, and I was cheesing from here to here, and I already got a big old wide face. So I'm going to open it up. When we're talking about the spirit, we talked about the mind, we talked about the body. Now we're going to talk about the spirit. I'm going to open it up with Uncle Les Brown, 2 of my favorite quotes that help center me in what I do every day as a wife, as a mom, as a grandmom, as a coach, as a consultant. 2 of my favorite quotes. I refuse to live an unlived life, and I will make no my vitamin. So you say, well, the Better Not Bitter Lady and the Enrichment Strategist, what exactly do you mean by that? I'm so very glad that you asked. See, I had to tap into my own steps in ACENT to personal development when I reinvented myself in a new market. I was a professional career teacher, a teacher leader, and leading, being innovative in my field. And life traumas happened to me, and I decided to start my life over. And in my original plans, you know how we have those original plans? Oh yes, Christina, I love Les Brown. Oh, yes, I told Octavia I love Les Brown. Now that man caught me over, and I'm gonna try to go ahead and get into this content, tell you how he ties so deeply into who I am, into the spiritual aspect of who I am and what I do and how I am successful. So in my reinvention, I really envision myself in going from one state job to the next and rolling all of my benefits and things over. But how many of you know that when you come up with a plan, first of all, when God speaks to you, and I'm going to speak religiously because I'm a Christian, so I'm going to frame things around that. No offense to you guys, what you do, your belief systems, that's you, that keeps you grounded. I'm just talking about my journey right now. And I already had the green light, to get ready to move forward to my own healing. So I reinvented myself in a new market. with being an education coach consultant. And I lived by those. I refuse to live an unlived life, and I'll make no my vitamin. And let me define what spirit wellness is, or spiritual wellness is. And I want you guys to understand that when we talk about spirit, mind, body, spirit, we're not talking about spirit in the context of just Christianity or religious beliefs. We're talking about something that is interconnected. Okay, we're talking about the interconnection of the mind, body, and the spirit. All right, so I'm going to define what spiritual wellness is first, and then I'm going to bring it all in. Going to frame it for you. So to get started in this framework, what is spiritual wellness? Spiritual wellness is being connected to something greater than yourself and having a set of values, principles, morals, and beliefs that provide a sense of purpose. Ooh, I like that word. And meaning. Ooh, I love that word, to life. Then using those principles to guide your actions. I'm going to read that again, okay? And I'm going to try to slow it on down for you, okay? So we talked about the mind, we talked about the body. Now we're going to talk about your spiritual wellness. And again, we're not talking about spiritual wellness in the context of religious beliefs or anything of that sort. We're talking about how the mind, body, and spirit are all interconnected. Okay. So I'm going to define spiritual wellness for you again, because I'm going to back it up and run over it again. Spiritual wellness is being connected to something greater than yourself and having a set of values, principles, morals, and beliefs that provide a sense of purpose and meaning to life. Then using those principles to guide your actions. Hence, go back to two of my Uncle Les' favorite quotes. I refuse to live an unlived life. And I will make no my vitamin. Okay. So in my ACEing It to personal development program it's a signature program in my coaching business, that is talking about how the achieving, cultivating, and executing those steps. Okay, so we're going to frame it around spiritual wellness and principles. So how do you achieve those? Achieving whatever is connected to something greater by the simplistic approach of being observant of the force by note taking, researching types of patterns that continue to happen. Now, I'll pull it in. When I first started my business, I was only in my business for a hot 8 months. And then Rona was like, you thought. Yeah, some of you can identify with that. A lot of you that's on this post, a lot of you that's catching this live, and hopefully those of you that will replay it later. So I got into this in 8 months in, and I was gung ho. I had all of my ducks in a row, or so I thought. And cousin Rona was like, "Ooh, you thought." So then I had to go back and say, okay, what is really keeping me grounded with believing that in myself, in my journey to be an entrepreneur, in my journey to be a businesswoman? So I had to just stop sometimes and take note. And honest to goodness, there would be sometimes I would just wake up some mornings and I would just get this. I call it my compass that I go by, because I'm a Christian. I say my spiritual compass. Remember, we're talking about mind, body, and spirit. Now, I'm talking about it from the standpoint of being a person that prays, a person that watch for signs and wonders. So there will be sometimes I would know when I see certain patterns of what I'm supposed to do. My navigation system would tell me so. My navigation system would confirm it. Why? Because as you are starting off or embarking on whatever it is that you're getting ready to do, you must stop and pay attention to what's happening around you. Are you continuing to see the same patterns? Now, here's something that's going to rub some of you like a cat with some hot water. Are you getting around some certain people and you're picking up some strange vibes? You can't put your finger on it, but you're like, something's kind of weird with this. Okay. So to get started, you have to be able to achieve that level of understanding that it is time for me to level up in what I'm observing around me with as when it comes to these principles with my spiritual wellness. I gotta observe. I gotta take notes. I gotta watch the patterns. Okay, so then and you stay Yes, thank you. I'm a brother's keeper. Yes, and you know what, you can identify what I'm talking about. You know. So then we go to the next piece, which is the C, which is cultivating. Now, this is one of the most difficult things, and me and Carolyn used to have these conversations, and some other people in my inner circle, Leonard Jackson, and some of my mentors that I have. This piece to tuning into your spiritual wellness is one of the most difficult ones because it's the cultivation period. Cultivating, grooming. Now, when we're grooming ourselves and we're, grooming can be seen as something that is, something that's enlightening or something that could go the other way. If you are grooming yourself to get ready to go out on a date, or grooming yourself to get ready to go to church, or grooming yourself to get ready to go to work, might not be so happy to be grooming, but grooming and cultivating is getting prepared. That means getting things, and that means getting it together, like getting in preparation of grooming your values, grooming your principles, grooming your morals and beliefs. This is the time that you have to be very patient. You have to be consistent with yourself and celebrate small wins as you are trying to cultivate your spiritual wellness. Okay, that means that you're being gentle with yourself. This is the highest form of self-love, when you are trying to tune into, okay, what is it that gets me going? What is it that has my prime and my purpose? Am I walking in my calling? Am I doing the things that I'm supposed to do? That cultivation period, and I'll give you some examples. There were times when I started my business. It was during Corona. I was still figuring things out. The phone wasn't ringing. My Calendly wasn't jumping. Nothing was happening. Okay. I could have very easily started speaking a lot of doubt and non-belief and going against what I know my values and principles and morals and beliefs was, with starting this business and being a coach and being a consultant, and exercising my expertise as an education consultant, a curriculum expert. I could have started saying a bunch of crazy stuff and let it seep into my mind, and then eating crazy for comfort food and messing up my body. We talked, the two presenters before us. But again, I stayed in tune. I cultivated myself. I read more. I researched more. I began to understand what it meant to be a consultant. What was the difference between a consultant and a coach? As an educator and expertise, what was my niche? Because everybody's a teacher. I was a successful teacher, in my career. So then cultivating is saying, okay, nothing is happening right now, but something's got to happen. And the some things that's got to happen is your grooming process, your grooming period, because all those things tie into your spiritual wellness. You see? It ties into who you are. It keeps you interconnected as long as your mindset is straight, as long as you're taking care of your body, as the two presenters before me that said. It all ties into the spiritual part of you, and understanding and being connecting with who you are. What's your core? What's your being? Okay. That cultivating period. That is the part that's the hardest, because it's when you have to be the most patient. Okay. So being patient, and when you're being patient and you are celebrating small wins at that point. So what I mean by that is, when I would get up sometimes and I was feeling down and low, like Calendly wasn't jumping, phone wasn't jumping, email wasn't jumping, nothing was happening. I had one client at the time and no other prospects until, a couple months down the road. Then I had to cultivate myself and learn. And I had to learn how to love myself and say, I'm victorious and I'm going to be victorious, even though it doesn't look real victorious right now. I had to keep saying those things in my cultivation period. Okay. Now we're going to get to executing. So that means that you know what to do to achieve those things. You start paying attention. Then you start sitting back, being patient and working the process and trusting the process. And as me and Carolyn say, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it scared. I'm going to do it anyhow. Okay. Now you get those things together. And I've seen someone in the comment section say about writing a vision and making it plain. Steve said, put it up to show up. And Octavia says, understanding that some things, it's just certain aspects of things, not being terrified of it. So when you understand that you can achieve it, you've gone through the cultivation period. Now you've got some steps and some tools and some strategies to execute, which is the last piece of my acing it to personal development and acing it to awakening your spiritual wellness. Because I promise you, boy, that patience. Yes, Octavia. And yes, I am a brother's keeper, definitely. And it keeps building yourself to be ready when it comes. Yes, Octavia, to expand on that a little bit longer, is yes, you are the old adage is during this cultivation period, it is not, oh, when the phones are ringing and the calendar is jumping, oh, I'm gonna get prepared. No, it's already being prepared in the cultivation period, and tune into your spiritual wellness so that you're a bad mama jamma or a bad papa jamma when you get ready to step out and walk into your calling. It means the principles during the achievement and cultivating journey steps now. Put your plans in action. Looking back over your notes, remembering your wins during the cultivation process by creating short-term goals to ensure it guides your actions for consistent success. Empowerment happens when you are tuned into positive spiritual wellness. Okay, so let me see. Let me say thank you for including that day. And again, learn how to love yourself. We all suffer so much for the lack of self-love. Yes, if that old adage that some women, some people, well, let me not say women, some people end up in monogamous, fruitless relationships that they do not need to be in. Why? Because they move forward because they're trying to give something that they don't even have. They can't love someone else when they don't even know how to love themselves, when they don't know how to take care of their mind, when they don't know how to take care of their body, when they don't know how to zone into being the maximum with your spiritual wellness and tapping into what moves you, what guides you, what's your core, what's your purpose, what's your plan, why are you here? So that's so very true. Now I'm kind of like Steve. I could go on for the next little bit because these things get me excited. Ooh, I love personal development. I love all aspects of wellness because that is what was really the root and the foundation to keep me going from starting a startup education consultant business and keeping going during the pandemic and being afflicted by Corona, having all these things going through your mind. And you just have to understand that you have control over your mind, body, and spirit. You have the discipline to do what it takes to make sure that you're whole and complete and you're successful and you're consistent and you're meeting goals. So I am going to close it off from there because you guys would be like, child, we got to go to bed. So Carolyn, I'm going to wrap it up from there. I'm going to re-close it. I'm going to end it with what I started off with my journey from recreating myself as an education coach consultant, with Uncle Les's quote with, I refuse to live an unlived life, and I will make no my vitamin. That means not being afraid of no and not taking your goals and your dreams with you to the grave. Make sure you're doing what you're doing now while you're alive and well with your right mind and body, and enact some things so that you can spiritually be whole, be intact, and refuse to live an unlived life. Thank you, Carolyn. Thank you for sharing your platform with me. Thank you to those that were engaged. Thank you, Andrea. I love you, sweetie. Make your own cup overflow. That is no one else's job but YOURS. Yeah. So thank you, Carolyn.
Woo, woo, woo.
Yes. Yes.
As Andrea would go,
clutching my pearls, clutching my pearls. Yes, celebrate those small wins.
I got my other pearls on today. So
yes, yes. Celebrate those small wins. Celebrate those small wins with a hot bath. Whether it means that you didn't have a Twinkie for 2 days and you say, you know what, I sat and I read and I did things to self-empower myself. Have the Twinkie. If it means you've been looking at something in the thrift store that you really like, go get it. So yes, so thank you, Tanisha. Keep it going. I'm a brother's keeper. So awesome. Thank you so much for the spiritual food. Yes, Andrea, my ambassador sister. Love you too, baby. But yes, we're out here to do some things, guys. And one last thing, Carol, before I turn it loose. One thing I want you guys to do is 2020 was not the most kind year, but in your spirit, building your spiritual wellness, uh, you want to not look at all the things that didn't go right in 2020. You want to look at those small wins that did go right and bring that into 2021. No one has time for the oh woe is me. And trust you me, it was a very, very challenging, disparaging year in 2020. But when you're looking at things optimistically, when you have built up your spiritual wellness, then you understand, hey, that's life. It's just that we haven't seen it in this magnitude. We haven't seen it in this multitude. That's the first time in our lives that we've seen it. But it's happened before. It's not the first time that something mass like this has happened. So I will challenge you today to get off the bandwagon of 2020 was bad, 2020 was this, and 2020, yes, did those things happen? Yes. And I'm not dispelling that, because it did happen. But what can you take from it and grow? How can you develop spiritually? How can you develop your spiritual wellness from it? Thank you, Christina Joy. Love my personality. How do we find you on social media? You can find me on TBL Consultant. Hopefully we can put this up someplace. And I would love to see you guys there. Maybe we can put it on this somewhere, Carolyn, but I'll put my social media information up there. But yeah, so don't jump, if you're on the 2020, nobody knows the trouble we seen bandwagon, what your enrichment strategist, better not bitter girls telling you get off.
She's like, just straight up, just get off. Just
get off.
Just get off. Just get off. Just get off. Just get off. But I'm going to encourage everyone, all three of you guys, to put your stuff in the feed so people can know how to reach you if you weren't able to put your handle on your name. So thank you, Tanisha, all the way from North Carolina.
By way of Greenville, the Pirate Nation, home of Vital Health. That's all we got. And lots of Doc Ock, you wouldn't like it here because it's got lots of places to go sit down and eat. Pat it up. Thank you so much, Carolyn, for having me. Thank you so much for the engagement from the crew. And I'll try to put it in, Carolyn, but I can't find a space to write it. So
okay. All right. I will. So just put it in
private chat.
Yeah, put it in the chat, and then maybe Doc Ock, if you can copy it and paste it in there for her. And Steve just walked away, so I could have him put his too. But so guess what I found, you guys? Like, take from it, okay, and grow. Yes, Andrea. So look what I found. Look at that. The very first power hour. Like, when I tell you, like, they didn't even have, like, I had to do my projection on what is that? That's like the cabinets. I used the cabinets as a projector. And as you can see, all the stuff behind me, all the stuff. Wow, exactly. Like, when I tell you it was just like this little teeny library junkie room, I said, I'll take it. Sometimes you got to listen, small beginnings, small wins, right? Small beginnings. And, Steve is laughing because, I ended up at the doggone casino. Like, I started on, this is where I started, y'all, in a library, and the projection is on the cabinet. I'm sorry. I have to laugh at this, but that just goes to show how you get started. You got to start somewhere. You got to celebrate the little wins. You have to continue to believe and just keep going with it. Don't disbelieve your beliefs. Believe it and leave it. Literally believe it and leave it, because, and my shirt said, I'm committed to my purpose. Now, I had it on the other day. I didn't want to repeat because I wanted to be a little cute today. So, but I wore that shirt, and it says, and that just goes to show how small I was back then. And then I gained a lot of weight because of other stuff that was going. Now that library is really nice. No. This wasn't the Mount Airy library. This library was on Ogonta Avenue. It was a small library. So that wasn't the library that I eventually matriculated to. Then I went to some larger libraries because I outgrew that space in that very first event. That very first event, I outgrew that space. Out the gate. So I'm just, I had to find that to show you guys, but I got some announcements to make, and I'm super, super excited about this, right? So you guys know in 2020, I created a school, while we were all just kind of doing nothing or freaking out over the world changing. I was like, well, I'm going to do something that I'm going to just do that I always wanted to do. And I did it. So I came out of 2020 creating a school. That is something that I always wanted to do. So I have MYE Institute. For those of you follow me, Magnify Your Essence. Everything I do is magnified. And so I am just so excited to welcome our newest instructors for 2021 that will be teaching their courses starting in February on mind, body, and spirit. And and if you're you're ready to go, you go to MYE Institute bit.ly/MYE Institute. So that way you can get a jump start, when you're ready, starting February 1st. Their courses will be ready and available for you to sign up. And you're ready for me to introduce you to the instructors that we will have. Are you ready? Bam! Here we go. All of our instructors, you just got a taste of them today. Like, I am so excited to have them on board as instructors, as they're going to teach their knowledge. They're going to teach you and give you so much more than what you got today. I'm just so excited to now, expand upon, taking this to another level, just expanding upon the gifts that, that's been given to me, and being able to share it and allow other people to grow within their craft as well. So thank you guys. Yes, like how we say, how you doing, Steve? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, see, Facebook gonna shut us down, so we can't play it. so we can't really play it. So how that go. Let me take this banner off because it's hiding Doc. There you go, Doc.
Hey,
there she go. Your beautiful face. So listen, that's what's happening. MYE Institute welcomes our newest instructors, Steve, the Legacy Stotts. We got Doc Ock. Octavia Jones, we keep calling her Doc Ock, but and Tonitia Baker Langley all the way. I'm just so excited to have these three teaching on mind, body, and spirit. So that's coming up in February. But then you got something else that's kicking off February 1st. And see, they don't even know this. But I want to leave everybody here so you guys can all see what's happening. So like you guys have followed my journey. You guys have seen everything that I've been able to do. And this could be you. Literally. I did it. And so can you. Like, really? You really can. Like, we're giving you the blueprint is mind, body, and spirit, right? That's what I did. This is what they're going to help you with. This is what I can also help you with. How about that? So starting February 1st, I'm so stinking excited. I am having an If Done Right boot camp. If Done Right boot camp. Intermittent. So if you don't know what if is, it's intermittent fasting. That's how I have been able to lose 70 pounds. And that picture I showed you before, that's 70 pounds. So that picture on the left is from my conference that was at the Sugar House Casino, which grew from that other picture that I showed you that started off in the lot. Okay. And that, once again, when you believe in everything that you can do without any limitations, without any limiting beliefs, this could be you. And it's more, it's not just about losing the weight, It's so much more that got lost behind all of that because I was able to tap into all three. So I had a course that's still available for losing your quarantine 15 because I lost all that weight during the quarantine. So everybody was freaking out and gaining weight. Your sister girl over here was losing weight. So I have that course available. I have some people that are already taking it, but there's some people that when I have a group, I forgot to tell you guys about my Facebook group. You're more than welcome to join that. It's the Fierce and Fearless Weight Loss Challenge. And that's where Doc Ock is there. We have Selena K. We have so many different people, over 100 people from all around the world, just all there to support each other as a supportive group to just thrive, right? And help us in our journey, whatever it is you're trying to accomplish. But I understand that sometimes people may need a little bit more. So I'm only opening up 10 spots. Like, that's it, 10 people. That's it. Like, there's only one of me, but there's a whole lot of y'all and 10 people. That's it. So the first 10 that get in, that's what's going to happen. So we're going to go, and already there's like a couple slots already taken already. So
y'all better hit that registration button.
Hit that registration.
Out there in the cold. Can I get some more Miss Carolyn, please?
It's bit.ly if bootcamp. And if you go to the NYE Institute, you'll be able to find it there also. But I literally just wanted to share that information with you guys, the things that are coming up in February. This is all about empowerment. This is all about being a woman on the move. This is all about magnifying your essence. This is, listen, I'm just so grateful and thankful to all of you for attending this virtual power hour, right? Oh my gosh. Just know that the power is within you. Yes. It's within you.
Always.
Be a woman or a man. Sorry. You okay, Steve? On the move. And just make it happen, you guys. Just literally just make it happen. Because the power is within you. Like, let's get this thing. Let's vroom vroom. We on this. We on this. Like how you say, like Brutus, we knew this. Let's do this. So I'm just so excited. I know you guys are excited. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for checking out and staying with us. And if we were here, if we were in the library, we would be going at it. We will all be hugging and loving and all kinds of stuff and exchanging. So, unfortunately we can't do that, but this is the best we could do. So, hey, listen, if you guys want to have a chat afterwards, you know what I think we'll do? This is what I'm going to do. This is what I'm going to do. This is what I am going to do. Because I understand I'm seeing there's people here, there's people that really want to engage with us at this moment. And let me pull everybody up for a second. Let me see how I can pull everybody up. There we go. So, why you cheating?
Selena.
Oh, I see Selena. Hey, Selena.
Yeah.
All right. So, this is what we're going to do. So, hey, Tonitia.
Yes.
Because I think you might be able to pull yours up faster than I could pull mine up.
What do you mean?
No.
Just comment?
No. What I'm going to do, how are we going to do this? Okay, this is what we're going to do. Because some of you guys, first and foremost, I need to see who wants to do this. Who wants to have a fireside chat after this? Put it in the comments right now. Who wants a fireside chat after this? And if you do, I will send you a link and we'll jump over to Zoom so we can all be together and we can all have a fireside chat.
That's
but only the ones who want to put it in there, I will make sure that you get the information. There you go. Because if not, there's no need for me doing it if nobody going to show up.
and free strategy call.
A free strategy call. As a matter of fact, it might even be easier to just do it in Facebook to open up a room. So that's what I'll do. I'll open up a room in Facebook. So if you go to my page, just go to my page. It's easier. I can just go to my page and open up a room and I'll be there. And you guys just jump on in and we'll be there for about, however long you guys got. I got another 10, 15 minutes or so and just jump on over. And then there we go. So come on over to the room. I say, come on to the
Come on and say,
Come
hey.
on to the room.
Mhm.
All right, so
Sorry,
yeah,
I'm younger. That was Christina Aguilera.
I know. Well, thank you guys. We got me. Okay, so if you go to, let me say, where is it? Let me set up the room. So, anything, last words you guys want to say while I set this room up?
Meet us in the room.
Yep, come on over because our
Come
energy
over to the
all
room.
together. We was having a meeting about this, and we almost couldn't get off the call with each other. Like, y'all better get up in this mix with your ball
Mm-hmm.
ready.
Right? It's already
Mm-hmm.
like what's going on. Like these people don't even understand. Like we've been so excited. Even Tonitia, when she called this morning, we were talking. She was like, "I'm just so excited. I'm just so like for the past couple of days, like so excited. Like I've been excited.
Pump.
I can't concentrate when stuff goes on. I can't do anything else but this because this is all I eat, drink, think, and believe, and regurgitate and all that stuff."
Okay.
It's amazing. Now, of course, this is getting stuck for me because I want to make sure I want to set the room up and post it in here so people can find it.
Okay.
Oh
Yeah, that's what
yeah,
I'm
and
trying to.
then with the different page StreamYard go weird.
I know StreamYard is a blessing. I'm not going,
It's fresh. It's
it's doing
building. I
well.
see that they
Doing
changed
well.
some stuff because now I can use it on my phone. Before it didn't support it, so they got it where
Gotcha.
you can use it with Safari. So I'm happy
Oh,
with that.
okay. Interesting. So come on in the room, and this is acting funky. That's why I just said, what's the one I had? So, what was some takeaway? Let's do a recap. Steve. So this go down the order. Recap. Give people 3 takeaways. Boom.
So, belief starts with cultivating the idea of your why. And once you define that, you're able to go ahead and try to pinpoint your passion. And you got to be able to understand exactly what season you're in. And every season had its main purpose. And once you define that, you're able to really reach that goal and those desires that you want. So that's what I will leave as my takeaways.
For mine, I would definitely say
Daka.
intention. Like intention with how you choose your food, how you prepare your food, and why you are eating your food. Not just because you're hungry, not just, but you are giving your body nutrition. So always having an intention when you go to the grocery store, when you go out to eat. Because I still eat out, but I have an intention of maintaining my health or maintaining something or reaching a new goal. So I don't eat things that I know aren't in line with that goal. So absolutely intention.
And I'll close it out with just basically going back to the internet definition of spiritual wellness. Definitely remember that there's something greater than yourself and having a set of values, principles, morals, and beliefs that provide a sense of purpose and meaning to your life. Then using those principles to guide your actions. So that's my takeaway. Remember your values, remember your principles, your morals, and your beliefs. And remember, those are yours and no one else's. And you can't drive my car and I can't drive yours. So if you can remember those
Okay.
things, then you can make it with your spiritual wellness.
I like that metaphor. Don't be no backseat driver now. If
No,
you
you
in
can't,
the passenger seat,
I
you
can't
better
drive your
definitely go on
car.
the ride.
We can when we stop and get out, we can, but when we're on the road, I can't drive your car, you can't drive mine. So just understand a lot of times people get mixed up in the hype and the noise about what other people have going on, and they
Mm.
forget about their core, they forget about their foundation. So yeah.
Comparison is the thief of all joy.
Mm-hmm.
Leave that mess where it's at. Because can't nobody be
Mm-hmm.
you. So why would you compare yourself to someone else?
Nope.
They can't be you. So just be good at being you. Because
Be
as,
the
as
best
good
you
or
can
as great as you are, no one else can be you but you.
And look at how
No one else can be
this
you but
lady, this
you.
is the boss chick. Look, she just do it real fast, real smooth. Too like, okay, got plan A, B, C, D, and E.
Bam!
Boom.
Just like that. Look, we just like that. So what I did is I put in the chat. You see the Zoom room number with the code to get in. So we'll jump right on over there. 8:30. We'll probably hang around for about a good, 15, 20, 30 minutes, whatever, however long we're there, but we probably won't be there beyond 9:00. So come on over into the room. Zoom, that's the code, and that's the number and the code. So we'll see you guys over in Zoom. Thank you guys. Have been a wonderful evening. We had a powerful power hour.
Yeah, that's
So
good.
thank you guys, and see you in the room. All right.
Absolutely. See you there.
All right. End broadcast. Did it end?